The project consists of the implementation of a diffuse inference system in a robot using Arduino and Android as main tools. The robot has implemented two ultrasonic sensors at the front located in the lower corners. The distance before an obstacle measured in centimeters will be the input in the system, and as output will be the degrees that the motor must turn to achieve dashing the object. The robot is able to dash obstacles at a defined distance of 1 meter by turning left or right before colliding. The connection is as follows. We implemented an Arduino Mega, a Bluetooth module, two ultrasonic sensors, a step motor, and a DC motor. Diffuse inference system. First, specification. The degree of belonging of an abrupt entry to a system variable is determined. In this project, the inputs are left sensor distance and right sensor distance. The defined intervals to obtain the data of the sensor are the following: very near, near, far. Graph of the output of the system in which 5 ranges are defined: center, very left, left, right, very right. Second, evaluation rules. The system uses the linguistic rules to carry out the inference process. Now, we define the rules. To create the rules, we observe the table created previously. For example, if sensor left is very near and sensor right is near, then Grace motor is very right.
Thus, we define all the rules according to the table. Arduino code implementation. For the implementation of Fuzzy Logic, we use the Fuzzy Logic library for Arduino. Then we create the graph range, but for the sensor on the right and for the sensor of the left. We declare the input functions with the values and range defined previously in the graphs. We define the output function of the fuzzy system with the values and range defined in the previous graph. Then we define the rules that the system will implement. In our case, we have 9 rules. Now, for the system to calculate the diffuse output, we create a method in which it receives the two inputs, performs the fusification and defusification, and returns the output, that is the number of degrees that the motor step will rotate within the defined range. Then, if it is less than 12, the engine stays in the center. Otherwise, if it is less than 51, it will turn to the left. But in this case, it is defined. If it is less than 31, it will turn 50 degrees, otherwise 50. That is to say, very left or left. With the values greater than 51, the motor will turn to the right, but it is defined if it is right or very right.